Welcome to Conversations in Public Relations. I'm Mary Fletcher Jones. Today, let's talk to Karen Riordan. Karen is the president of the D.C. office of the advertising agency Arnold Worldwide. She is also the president of the Ad Club of Metropolitan Washington, which is the local chapter of the American Advertising Federation. The group is the premier professional membership organization in the advertising industry. Karen, welcome to Conversations in Public Relations.
Thank you so much, Mary, for having me today. I'm happy to be here.
Karen, tell me a little bit about yourself and about Arnold Worldwide.
Arnold Worldwide is a full-service advertising agency. We started out as a small Boston firm, then became regional and national. We're the 15th largest agency in the country, providing digital, providing traditional like print, television. We have a promotions unit. We handle pretty much every aspect of advertising for the modern 21st century. The only thing we don't offer is public relations. I have been actually with the Arnold Worldwide system for 13 years. I started in 1996 at our Boston headquarters, and then I moved here as part of a transfer in 2006. So I've been here 3 years.
In what ways do you see advertising as a business evolving?
The advertising business is really evolving. It's always been a constantly changing environment and industry, but particularly in the last couple of years and now as the economic crisis is evolving, the advertising professional really has to be that much more flexible, that much more nimble, and that much more knowledgeable about all of the different disciplines within the advertising sort of spectrum. So it's not enough anymore to just know about print production or television production or promotions. You really need to be a generalist yet a specialist across a lot of different disciplines. So I think the business has become more demanding because you really have to know a lot about all of the different tools that are in the advertising toolkit, if you will, as either an advertiser or as an advertising agency person. So it is evolving. The pace continues to be very fast. People want to be moving, quickly into the digital realm, and the skill sets need to follow so that people are using those disciplines, particularly like social marketing, like viral, like digital, in sort of the best possible way they can to maximize the opportunity. So there's a little bit of a skill gap, and that's again something that we think that the advertising club can help fill that gap by providing some of that learning and training through programs like Advertising Week.
How can advertising professionals be most relevant in today's media environment?
It's really important to stay ahead of the curve in advertising because it is changing so fast. And so the advice that I always give people is to be incredibly curious. That's the first thing that I look for in a candidate. But beyond that, to be aggressive about your own training and development in your career, and make sure that you're constantly learning new things. So whether that's taking advantage of things in the ad club or outside through other organizations, constantly pushing yourself to know more, to learn more, to be reading, to be blogging, to be using all the tools that you might want to be using professionally, be using them personally as well. The way I like to think about advertising is that it is an ongoing graduate school course. And I think that that's the very best way for us in the advertising profession, public relations profession, and corporate communications overall to stay ahead of the curve and to really be doing a great job.
Karen, what's the one thing you wish public relations professionals understood better about advertising?
I think if there's one thing that I wish that public relations professionals understood a little bit better about the advertising community is that it really is a completely complementary craft to public relations, and that it's not competitive, that it shouldn't be territorial, that together those two disciplines really do make up what marketing professionals, CMOs are looking for today, which is a full 360, completely integrated program that's going to generate results. And in my humble opinion, you really can't do a great program if you don't have public relations, and you can't do a really great program without advertising. So the two really do go hand in hand, and you see the best programs that win at the Addies, that win at Effies, that are sort of lauded in our industry overall as being the best in class. They usually do have a very, very strong advertising component and a very, very strong public relations component. So the challenge is really, how do we bring those two disciplines closer together, and how do people understand how those two fit together well so that those kinds of programs can really be created.
Karen, thank you for coming today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.